Back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to do face landmark detection in React Native's new architecture for Android using MediaPipe on live camera preview. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the output. So I'll just mirror my device with the help of Android Studio. Obviously we will be writing native code because there is no library available at the time of me recording this video which can achieve this. So I'll just give the camera permission over here, and here you can see it is able to detect my face. I can just move my face as well, so it is able to draw. I can move my mouth, I can move my eyes, so it is able to draw on my face. So hopefully you got the point. If I move my face out, I think this should have got cleared, but anyways, so I'm still able to detect it. So yeah, that's it. Let's see how to achieve this. So I think this particular issue could be related to some particular code not getting called, but anyways, this you can fix it. I'll leave it up to you. So first you need to go to this particular documentation over here, and you need to create a React Native project by running this command. Now here we are not doing it for iOS, so this is fine, and instead of demo you can write your own project name. I am using React Native 81, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. So here you can see this is my React Native project being created. Then if you now this particular documentation has given us the example of web view. So wherever you say web view, I have written my camera. Now instead of my camera you can write whatever you feel like, but that name is used in multiple places, so you'll have to be extremely careful. So it's better you do what I'm doing if you're doing this for the very first time, else you can do whatever you feel like. Then here first we need to create the specs folder inside the root of our React Native project, so that's what I have done. Then we need to create this file. So in our case it would be my camera native component.ts file. Now I have copy pasted this code from the documentation over here, but I have removed this type as well as prop and this callback, this particular callback, because that does not make sense in our case. So I have kept it extremely simple, and everywhere you see web view, this custom web view, I have replaced it with custom my camera. That's all I have done. Okay, then let me just quickly cd to our React Native application as well, because I need to run one command. I'll just clear everything out. Okay, so yeah, so hopefully you saw this. Then inside package.json you need to copy paste this particular bit of code. So I'll just go to package.json and I have copy pasted this particular bit of code. Then here once you copy this, again you will have to change it my camera over here as well as over here, and make sure you run npm install as well. I have already ran it. Then for Android you need to copy these two commands. So I'll just copy this and do this. So it will cd to our Android project, and it will do code generation based on our TypeScript file. Now inside our TypeScript file, make sure you add this native component as well, otherwise the code generation will not able to find your file. Okay, now this would pretty quick for me because I have already ran this previously, but in your case it might take a bit of time. Now we'll come back to this file later on, because this would be a completely custom file which we need to create. So next what you need to do is go to Android, go to app, go to build.gradle, and here inside dependencies you need to add this com MediaPipe task vision, camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, and constraint layout. Then go to src main. Here create a folder called assets, and inside here you need to drag and drop this FaceLand marker. So I'm not sure if I have not showed you from where you can download this. So you can go to this documentation, scroll down, and here you can just click on this and it will download the model for you, and you just need to drag and drop inside the assets folder. Then go to Android manifest, and here I have added this uses feature of Android hardware camera as well as camera permission. Then go to Java com. Inside com you need to create a folder called my camera. Now this folder name should match the TypeScript file name. Then first we need to create this FaceLand marker helper.kt. Now this I have copied it from MediaPipe documentation, so I'll simply scroll through this. So basically we are setting up MediaPipe for face landmark detection over here, and it has all the helpful code for detecting on the live stream as well, as you can see over here. Okay, you can ignore this particular method if you want. You can ignore it. This is for detecting from video. We are not doing that in this particular tutorial. and this is for detecting from a static image. Again, we are not doing this. I have already done a separate video for static image, so if you want you can use this. Make sure you write this particular bit of code, this as well. And here are all the variables. Here is our data class of result bundle and video result bundle, and these are all the listeners for it. Okay, then you need to copy this overlay view.kt. Again, I'll simply scroll through this. Again, I have copied this from the MediaPipe documentation, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Okay, once that is done, you need to create this react my camera manager.kt. Now this I have copied it from the documentation itself. So if you go to the documentation, again I have replaced wherever you see web view, I have replaced it with my camera, but I have removed some code. So firstly, we are not passing any props, so I have completely removed this, and we don't have any callback as well, so I have removed this as well. So that's why the code looks very simple over here. Then you need to create this react my camera package.kt. again I have copied it from the docs, as you can see over here. Again, you need to replace web view with my camera, and here in the documentation from where I copied all this code. Okay, and then you go to your main application.kt. you need to add this particular import and add this particular line of code as well. Then let's see how to use it first, then we'll see the actual code. So you need to go to app.tsx, you need to add all these imports. Then here I have one state for camera permission. If platform is Android, then we are requesting for camera permission, and if that camera permission is granted, we just change the state, and inside use effect we call request camera and storage permission. And if camera permission is granted, then we display our my camera component, else we display a text saying camera permission not granted. And these are all the styles for it. Now let's see how to do this. So here is our react my camera. So the important file is this react my camera.kt. So firstly, again these are all the imports. Here we are extending from constraint layout, FaceLand marker listener as well as lifecycle event listener. Here is our current context, then we initialize the preview view, overlay view. Here is our background executor, our FaceLand marker, image analyzer, preview, camera provider and camera facing. These are all the default values which I am using. Here we get hold of our activity. So I have added this lifecycle event listener as well. I don't know why I am still getting that particular issue which I showed you earlier. Then here is our constraint set. Here we call install hierarchy fitter as well. Then we add the viewfinder. Then here I just make sure like our viewfinder is constrained to all sides of the screen. Same for overlay view as well. Also one more thing, like I'll talk more about this particular method, why we are doing this. Same we do for our overlay view as well. We constrain it to all sides of the screen. Then we apply the constraint. Here we initialize our FaceLand marker, and here we call setup camera. Now coming back to this method, so this is basically a hack which we need to do. If you don't do this, you will see a black screen, you will not see your live camera preview. If you want to learn more about this, you can go to this particular issue over here. Then inside setup camera, we get hold of our camera provider future, we add a listener, we initialize our camera provider. Here we call bind camera use case. Then we initialize aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector. Then we assign our camera provider. Here is our camera selector. Then we initialize the preview view. We initialize the image analyzer as well, and here we set it.set analyzer. Then call detect face over here. Then we unbind our camera provider. We bind it to the life cycle, and here we set the surface provider as well. Then here we call detect face, from where we do FaceLand marker helper.detect live stream. Then here we override on error as well as on result. So we do overlay view dot set result, so it will draw the overlay on our face. And here I am also calling on empty, so I'm not sure why that FaceLand marker was still showing when I moved my face away from the camera. So here inside on host resume, we shut down our if it is closed, then we set up our FaceLand marker. Inside on host pause, we clear FaceLand marker, and on host destroy, we shut down our background executor as well as call await termination. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.